Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. Today Magic Finder number 4 on the list. And if you're wondering, hey mbX, you already brought like 4 Magic Finders by now, when you gonna stop this journey, right? And yeah, I plan to do a total of 5 Magic Finders so you can find your type of playstyle, because a lot of people think when it comes to magic finding that Wind Ripper is the only option that you have and the only build that you can play. And with this kind of magic finding series, I want to show you a lot of builds, a lot of fancy builds that also have a really insane clear speed. And it's just something different, because we're grinding, we're farming these maps over and over again. So why not just bringing a little bit more fun and explosions into the builds to make it more enjoyable? This is my point of view, right? Maybe you're gonna skip some quantity, but hey, in the end, the playstyle fun is more important than how much quantity you have, okay? So, today we have the Magic Finder number 4, which is a cast-on-crit Cyclone Assassin Frostbolt Ice Nova character. So basically, we played this build quite often when they finally buffed the mechanic behind that one. What I'm talking about is this cast-on-crit mechanics. If we're gonna check this over here, it had a cooldown of 0.25, okay? It's now 0.15, as you see on the right side on the Ice Nova, right? So what that means is, when it was 25, you could proc it 4 times per second. Now, since it's 0.15, you can proc it 6 to 7 times. Like 6 times is 0.9, and 7 times would be 1 second 05. So like 6 to 7 times a second, which basically almost doubles our DPS. So we're gonna run a showcase here. We're gonna run 2 maps. One is going to be the typical Bisco's Leash version, and the second one will be one with a Headhunter. So you're gonna see the difference in the speed of farming here, right? So basically, if you're wondering, hey, wait a second, your Cyclone is actually killing stuff. No, my Cyclone has damage of 9,000 damage, okay? That's literally nothing, okay? So what kills is the Frostbolt Ice Nova combination. So we have Queen of the Forest, evasion stacking, a lot of movement speed, and what we're gonna do is just run through these mobs, and the Ice Novas and Frostbolt combination that I'm going to show you in specific after the showcase is going to kill all the mobs, and it has a pretty insane clear speed. We have another mechanic built in, and this is a Deval Ice Nova. And Deval Ice Nova is nothing too special here. It looks like that. Bam. Yeah, super great skill. Holy fuck. But just wait a second. We're not gonna use this one while we're mapping. We're gonna use this specifically for Legion mobs. And trust me, this is one of the craziest explosions that you're gonna see in probably in this entire league, because this is just hilarious. So let's kill off these mobs. Go to the second stage here, where we know it's going to be the monolith. So I would say we're just gonna run this monolith, activate it, and now check this one out. Yeah, it starts a little bit lagging because this is a chain reaction of gods. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna check now the counter. The legions open in 3, 2, 1. We're gonna stand here and just pop it instantly again, while the mobs are kind of a good spread. So we're gonna kill off the majority of the legion mobs just with our second Val Ice Nova, okay? So this is pretty cool. So let's kill off the last couple of mobs here, get some loots done, some splinters. Hey, all currency, okay? All currency. So let me take the time to pick this shit up. So, and for the rest here, just clearing off the rest of the mobs here, opening some of that. Yeah, we can actually open the Val Breach so we can get another fancy look on the Val Ice Nova, because on this Legion dudes, at least like on this Breach dudes, it works pretty much the same, because we're gonna run in here and... Oh! Love it! It's such an insane mechanic. Oh, Golem. Golem Mentalist! Okay, here's some, there's some, and actually I don't want to waste my time with these mobs here, so I'm just gonna run here, open the portal, and there we go. Okay, second map showcase, we're gonna run with the Headhunter. It's basically just a weapon swap here, because I'm still res capped with the Ventur's Gamble, so we are fine. So let's take another map here and run a double Beyond map, because we like to have a lot of rare packs and the resulting buffs. I will not pick up items here unless it's an Exalt, a Doctor, or something like that, because, yeah, why should I? I want to have my buffs and speed and momentum, and you're gonna see how crazy this one gets here. So, our radius gets higher, our damage gets bigger, and we're just gonna breeze through everything with the speed of light. Or speed of the character, basically. Whatever buffs we get, but this is just the finest magic fighting, right? Look at this size, holy shit. That's going to be even more fun when we encounter the legions over here, holy moly. By the way, you can kill bosses with this build without any problems, because the Val Ice Nova, or at least the Ice Nova itself, does quite a lot of damage. So I would say let's browse through here, activate this Legion Stone, and... yeah. Pop everything. So I gotta say, I got yesterday a disconnect or 2 or maybe 3 in total, because the Ice Nova was so big. So 3, 2, 1, wait, and activate. And this is how you can pretty fast clear off these Legion dude. So let's pick up some items here. Anything else like alchemy like this? Hey, there's the Beyond boss. There you go. Freaking die. So anything else that is valuable? Some incubators. Yeah, I don't really want to waste your time here when picking up those mobs. So let's just kill the last couple of packs here, because maybe there's a doctor, maybe there is an Exalt. Yeah, we could actually kill off the boss here as well, because we don't really have... I'm gonna waste this time here a little bit. So this is basically how it works. You're just gonna stand here and just cyclone it down, because the... yes, I know I have some Headhunter buffs, but in terms of clear speed, it's pretty much the same if you do it without. Okay, that's it for the map showcase. So what I'm going to do now is I want to explain to you how this mechanic is working, okay? So I think we're just gonna activate this over here and throw everything into the loots tab. Clear this one off later, get my stacks full. Okay, here we are. So how does this work? So we have 2 mechanics built in, which one is the Cyclone with cast on crit with the Ice Nova, and the Cast Breeze with the Frostbolt. So if you're not familiar on how this is working, we're just gonna unequip this one here and probably this one, and put in the Frostbolt over here. So now I can cast my Frostbolt and also manually use my Ice Nova. So just for showcase how this is working. So if you check the Ice Nova, it says can expand from 2 Frostbolt projectiles. Okay, probably you cannot see that because of the overlay. Or is it Ice Nova here? Can expand from 2 Frostbolt projectiles. What that means is I could just cast Ice Nova like this, or I could use my Frostbolts and spawn the Ice Nova on the Frostbolts, okay? And as you see, it's like a double. 1, 2, 1, 2. So that's how it's working. So every time my Cast Breeze procs the Frostbolts, my Cast on Crit Cyclone will spawn like up to, like if you can get 6 or 7 casts per second, which makes 2 Ice Novas, which is 14 Ice Novas, plus the one in the weapon that we still have on the Cast Breeze, the Ice Nova, which makes like more than 20-30 Ice Novas per second. On boss DPS. That's insanely good, because the Ice Nova will not soak up the Frostbolt, so I can just like spam, spam, spam until they're gone, okay? Okay, this is for the mechanic. So now you will probably wonder, wait a second, you have 2 abilities in your Cast Breeze. You do actually know that you can only proc it once per trigger, right? And yeah, this is correct. So that means if I Cyclone, let's say 5 times per second, or let's say 6 times per second, I can trigger this. It would be 3 for Ice Nova and 3 for Frostbolt. So why do I actually do this then if I cannot? Because this could actually be 6 Frostbolts by then, okay? As I said, the Ice Novas will not soak up the Frostbolt. So the thing is, my Cyclone has now a attack time of 0.13, while the cooldown of my Cast on Crit, or at least the Cast Breeze one, is 0.15. So I'm already doing more hits or procs per second than that this weapon allows me to. So imagine you have like Inspired Learnings, you have Frenzy Charges, for example, you have Blood Rage, you have other sources that give you attack speed, so your Cyclone will probably end up having like 10 attacks per second, right? And only 6 of those will trigger the Frostbolt, so the other 4, or basically in this case 5 and 5, because it will first trigger the Frostbolt, then the Ice Nova, then Frostbolt, Ice Nova, and so on. So if I have a shitload of attack speed, I can really compensate on having 2 abilities on my Cospreys. If you have a low attack speed for whatever reason, because I'm not having Frenzy Charges up and my Cyclone is already in 0.13, you can just skip the second Ice Nova and get something else with the Frostbolt, right? Pretty much like that. Okay, so this is the mechanic. The rest of this build is pretty much Cyclone and proc your stuff. So let's go over the gear, and obviously we're not going to take the Headhunter here, we're going to take the example with the Viscose Leash. So there is actually 2 things that we want to have in this build. And this is, or at least, yeah, a lot of cold damage and also hit chance. Hit chance, because usually you're going to run the Cospreys with a Lycosidase Shield. The Lycosidase Shield gives you 100% hit chance because hits cannot be evaded, okay? But with the recent changes of the 3.7 melee rework, and also the ability to run a War Banner and the Precision, which gives us accuracy, we can reach the 100% hit chance without using the Cospreys. So this is the first thing we're gonna have, okay? So on my tree, I have a little bit of like accuracy over here, and also the pretty nice mechanic here, the Tempered Mind. That's the blue gem of the Temple Mob. Pretty easy to get. It's like an Alchemy or so, maybe a Chaos, whatever. We don't need the upgrade version, because the upgrade version gives us, I think, Energy Shield Leech. And since we're a life-based build, we don't need that. So this is the one. Let me check how much does it go for. Probably 1 Chaos, okay. So what this does with the, I get 100 accuracy per 10 intelligence unallocated in passive. That gives me 1,300 accuracy to my Cyclone. So if we're gonna check this, Cyclone has now a hit chance of 70%, right? Now we equip this one, we have 95%. Now we're gonna get our War Banner going, 98%, and then we have Precision, and we have 100% hit chance, okay? And main hand chance has a hit to hit evasive monsters by 99%. So yeah, I think my precision is not level 20 yet. So where is it? Grace precision. Yeah, it's not level 20 yet. So I think once this is 20, I can get to 100% on this one too, which is pretty insane. Okay, the next things we're gonna have is Grace, because we're gonna buff our evasion rating because of the Queen of the Forest, which I need 45,000 evasion rating to max it, right? So we have 600 times 75 is 45,000 evasion rating. I'm not capped on this yet, I gotta admit. I have a 21 Grace, which gives me 2,700 evasion rating. And with my Flasks, I end up being on, yeah, 41, almost 42,000. So there is a little bit room on top if you want to go fancy with Divines or something, or even take some more evasion nodes. But I think instead of the 75% movement speed, I get now like, yeah, 69% or something, because 69 is POG, right? So it's not a big deal if you miss like 2,000-3,000 evasion rating. I'm super fine with that. And then on top of that, the Herald of Ice for the fancy explosions. I think this is actually well explained on how this build works, so let's go over the gear and the champs. So, we have a Devotos. Best would be an Ice Nova damage enchant, but they go for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 exalts or something. Not really worth, cause the damage is already ridiculous, especially for our needs here, so just a regular Devotos. We have Herald of Ice, Onslaught, Poacher's Mark, and Curse on Hit support. So, why Poacher's Mark? Because the Poacher's Mark, it's not about the life gain on hits for the attacks, it's more about the Frenzy Charge generation. Since we're an assassin and we get the power charges through killing mobs, or these like, what is it? Power charge on critical, okay? So we generate the power charges from our Unstable Infusion, and now we are generating Frenzy charges with the Poacher's Mark. What you can do is run an Elemental Weakness for more damage and get a Blood Rage into the skill setup. But personally, I don't really like Blood Rage too much because it's a degen. And as long as you have lower life regen, so you're gonna lose life if you don't hit something, it's something I don't like. But it's still more attack speed, you're gonna proc your stuff even more. It is actually very good to use. I just don't like it, that's why I don't use it, and I just thought like, hey, Poacher's Mark for Frenzy Charge generation has no downsides, pretty perfect. And Onslaught, because our Herald of Ice, when it triggers these explosions, we're gonna get Onslaught. Onslaught is 20% more movement speed, cast speed, attack speed, like that kind of stuff. Cast speed, is it? I think it is. But yeah, pretty cool stuff here. So in our weapon we have now Frostbolt, Ice Nova, and Life Leech support, just for a little bit of leech because the Waltz Mark doesn't work on the casts and spells anymore. So this will give us the leech that we need. Then on the Queen of the Forest we have now Ice Nova, at least the Val Ice Nova version for the Legion dudes. Then we have increased crit, increased area of effect, Cyclone, cast on crit, and Hypothermia support. Yeah, pretty generic cast on crit setup. Path of Building link is in the description below if you don't want to like watch the whole video and just gonna copy everything before you're gonna understand how this build is working, like whatever. On the shield, I used to go with the Centaurus this time. It gives me 8% quantity, which is a pretty nice thing to do. You could take other stuff as well, but hey, our damage is over the top, so why not just taking the 8 quantity out of that? If you're wondering, I'm running at the moment a total of 71% magic quantity of items found, which is, yeah, pretty on the topper side here. Here we have cast 1 damage taking, Steel Skin, and increased duration. Steel Skin on level 10, so we can use it with a cast 1 damage taking level 1. Then we have Sedima's Touch, super easy, with a cast on death portal. Like, if we are dying, I mean, I'm like level 90 now in... It's like, not that you die a lot, right? But if it happens, here you go, cast on death portal, because I have so many gems, I don't even know where to use them anymore. And here, a portal with faster casting to save my portal scrolls. And on the boots, we have our aura setup with Grace, Precision, War Banner, and then Enlighten. You don't really need the Enlighten, you're just gonna level your Precision not too high. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna skip the Enlighten, and you're gonna put this one to level 1, right? And then you can just equip like a level 3, for example, and then you're just gonna level the Precision as long as you have mana to reserve on, okay? So this is how you say, a flexible way to do it. Just get a level 3 and then level the Precision to the level that you're not, or at least like having enough mana to actually activate it. For the amulet, that's a pretty quantity multi-modded life mana cost of skills, which is not really needed, but gives Cyclone the very beautiful touch that it doesn't cost any mana, which is basically quality of life. So you don't need that 9 mana cost, because yeah, since we're having a lot of intelligence and some mana regen nodes and so on, we kill a Lyra for boss, which is more mana regen. Should work without actually. Does it? Yeah, see that? I can super easy sustain permanently Cyclone, although it uses mana. So that's why I say, this is just quality of life. I just had this one on my last couple of characters, so why not just using it, you know? Just for explanation. Then double Ventors, try to get as much quantity as possible and also a lot of resistance if possible. So I'm super heavy overcapped, right? 130, 150, and 84. Super heavily overcapped because fire resistance on the boots, cold resistance on the belt. So the only thing we lack basically is lightning resistance, which this shield doesn't offer. So that's why I crafted it on my amulet. And as you see, still capped, super easy to do. Anything else here? I think we're through on this one. So for the flasks, this is not needed. This is just because I like this flask because it gives me movement speed, right? I bought this at like Magic Finder number 2, and since then I'm using it. Not needed. It gives me Onslaught, but I get Onslaught from my Herald of Ice, so just skip this flask, get a Life Flask, get a Dying Sun, for example, for more area of effect, additional projectiles, and so on. So this is something you could do, which would actually be better than this one. Then we have a Stibnite Flask for the 100% increased evasion rating and freeze immunity, a Diamond Flask bleed immunity, and then we have a Jade Flask with increased evasion rating to cap our Queen of the Forest, and a Quicksilver Flask for more movement speed. Pretty fancy or normal stuff actually right here. So let's take a look at the skill tree. We have some small changes here, or at least some shenanigans here. I'm currently level 90, this is my current tree. I do not take the jewel slots over here because I'm a lazy fuck and I don't want to browse for more damage or life on the PoE trade, because damage is weighted enough, I'm not dying at all. So yeah, if you're gonna min-max, if you're lacking damage, just take the 2-point jewel slot over here and over here. And easy profit, right? So here we have just a typical crit multi-life, shadow start with some spell crit that counts for our Frostbolt, Ice Nova combination, multiplier, cold damage. Here the cold node, Heart of the Ice. Then you have life, more cold damage, area of effect over here. Alchemist for the more Flask effect that we get, some more life, power charges, easy clap, okay? So if you're leveling this, I just leveled as a cast on crit itself. It's just I started right side and go to the left side. I would probably, you don't even have to focus for power charges because they are like far away. But if you start like this cluster here, get spell crit, and then move over here and get the cold notes over here, and then you're like level 60 or something to have the right side completed, and then you go for more life, more area, and another power charge. Nothing too fancy. What is important are these 3 jewels. The one that I talked about was the Tempered Mind for the accuracy, and then we have a double Frozen Trail. Why Frozen Trail? Because if we have 40 intelligence in radius, we have 2 more additional Frostbolt projectiles. That's why my Frostbolt actually shoots 5 instead of 1 projectile. I have here one with silence immunity and one with corrupted blood cannot be inflicted with you, just for quality of life. If you don't want that, skip it. And then if you don't check it with the mod, pretty much end up paying 1 chaos for that jewel because it's the quest reward in Act 5. Okay, no Watcher's Eye here cause, yeah, you can't take Grace movement speed, you can't take, what else do we have? Precision something, multiplier, I don't know what precision mods we have, but as you see, it's not worth the couple exalts. I could just like respec 2 points, probably taking away, I don't know, like, yeah, anything, frenzy, like whatever, take the jewel slot, get a Watcher's Eye with Grace movement speed if you want to be faster. I don't think it's necessary, but if you want to do so, if you want to improve this or min-max this character, feel free to do so. Again, Path of Building, link is in the description below. Let's talk about the bandits. Still lazy fuck, I still haven't upgraded mine, so I take Lunaris and Garukan if you upgrade this for more movement speed. Bandits I killed all because this is a crit build, so a Lyra with the crit multiplier and the resistance that we get is super straightforward. Okay, MTX the same as the previous videos. We have the Dark Prism weapon with the Sin and Innocence shield, Celestial weapon effect, then the Monolith crown, which you get with like 12, I think 12 challenges. What was it? Yeah, like 12 challenges with this one. Then we have the Monolith Aura that goes for 24, and at the moment I'm farming for the Monolith Wings, which I get within the next 3 challenges. So, Holy Eyes, Void Wings, Elder Body Armor, Boots and Gloves, Celestial Character Effect and Footprints, and the Demon King Portal Effect, and like Ice Nova effect twice because we have 2 gems, Blue Cyclone, then the Black Hole Frostbolt, Celestial Herald effect for Ice, and yeah, Monolith Aura effect, Celestial Aura effect, and War Banner doesn't have anything. If you want to make it more beautiful, you can buy this removing or vanishing die or something and just remove the banner from its appearance, although it's still active, which, yeah, looks probably better, but I'm not willing to spend those 50 points for doing so. Okay. Is there anything I forgot? I hope not. I hope you like this build. It's a very, very fun build. It's very, very endgame oriented. So if you're just gonna skip the quantity items and get some real items going for damage, you can clear easy Uber Elder with this kind of build. But yeah, this is the Magic Finder variation. It's just for speed, momentum, and quantity to get the currency rolling. Okay, I'm done with this build. It fulfilled my needs. We have a build guide now. This is another super fancy variation of a Magic Finder. I'm going to work on the next Magic Finder right now. And yeah, I'm not going to spoil something, but it will be up in 2 days. Okay, so give me that time, please. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one, and see you on the next video.